This is Scott Becker with the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. We generally, throughout the week, give you short episodes around business topics. We covered this week the private equity funds and how poorly they're performing. Circle Internet, how it surged on Wednesday by something like 30%, and a number of other podcasts around real business issues. Then I often try and talk about some of the dumb things that I do, and this will be Saturday's podcast. So we're going to discuss here the dumbest things that I do, part 2. We talked about in the last podcast how sometimes I'll find myself arguing with a bot on Twitter and often can't help myself. Even will go another round with the bot once I realize that's a bot. So that's one phase of stupidity. That was an earlier podcast we did, the dumbest things that we do, part 1. Today's discussion is the dumbest thing that we do, part 2. So usually every day I put together a list of here's what I got to do today. And I'm one of these people who's quite task-oriented. I feel good when I write something off the list. When I knock it off the list, I feel like, okay, I've made progress today. So here's the dumb thing that I do. Sometimes I finish a task and I forgot to put it on my to-do list. And of course, if you finish a task and you didn't put it on your to-do list, there's this great question as to whether you really did the task or not. And so sometimes I've completed a task that I forgot to put on the to-do list, and then I'll go ahead and put that task on the to-do list, even though it's already done, just so I could cross it out to give me the satisfaction of crossing that off the list. And so that is, for me, today's discussion, the dumbest thing that I do, part 2. I'll know if people hate this or love this episode where I talk about some of the stupider stuff, the dumber things that I do. I'll know by how we end up in the rankings the day or two after this from a business news perspective. But I'd also love, if anybody wants, text me at 773-766-5322 and just let me know if you love or hate this episode. And whether we just stick to just core business, straight business, or you enjoy these kinds of episodes too, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you for listening to the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Have a great weekend and a great next week. Thank you so much.